It ain't nothing to cut that out. No. It ain't nothing to cut that out. Link up. So what you saying? You know I'm.
Okay, so let me go ahead and address those of you who just changed your opinion of little old Crystolyn based off the music I just played in this video. First of all, look how judgmental and critical and just even shallow we can be. Second of all, those who really know me know that although I listen to gospel music 90% of the time because it's just what I enjoy and I try to feed my spirit positive things, I enjoy all types of music. Then I also feel like when you have a real relationship with God, you can find Him in anything that you do. It doesn't matter if you're listening to secular music or if you're watching a worldly music video, movie, whatever it is. When you have a real relationship with God and you just carry Him with you and He's with you wherever you go, you look for Him in everything. So that's that. The reason I chose to play that song for this video is because to me it just portrayed everything that I felt when I decided to chop my hair off and go completely natural. Lastly, I didn't even know who sang the song or rapped the song, however you phrase it. I didn't know whose song it was before I even attempted to pull that music for this video. I had heard it before the other day when I got in the car. It was on the radio and I was just like, oh, this song would go perfect with what I was thinking about doing for the video on why I went natural to begin with. Every emotion that I felt when I decided to cut my hair off, it was both exciting yet scary, but just in a good way. It was definitely a change that I needed. And when I big chopped, it wasn't something that I planned to do. I was in the process of transitioning, and it was the one and only time I wore a weave in my hair because I had just had my son, and I was like, I don't want to have to worry about doing my hair. So of course my real hair was braided underneath and I had a weave. And when I got it taken out, I was just like, my hair had grown so much. It was probably like down here or so, and I was like, you know what? Cut it off. Cut it. The stylist was just like, are you sure? Are you sure you want to do this? And I was like, yes. I didn't even want to think anymore about it. Something that day, at that time, my emotions were just in that point. I was like, you know what? I'm not turning back. Cut it off. I personally don't want to be attached to the stigma that basically says that I'm only as good as my hair is, or I'm only as good as society says I am based off of my appearance. I didn't want to be attached to that. And so for me, going natural was for a lot of different reasons, or really I should say returning to natural, because this is my God-given hair. This is my God-given texture. It was me having to return to it. And that choice definitely, I feel, changed my life for the better. It has been the kickstart of me on my holistic health journey as a whole, and I just feel so much better since I did it. I have never felt more liberated in my life than when I chopped off my hair. It was at least 6 inches that I cut off because I was like, you know what, get rid of it. And I had never done anything like that before. I was scared because I'm like, I don't know exactly what to do with my hair, but I'm gonna figure it out. So when I listened to that song, it just reminded me that I don't want to be defined by my hair. I don't want people to look at me and say, oh, she's this way or that way because this is how she styles her hair. Even now people will do it, but this is who I am. And if someone can't accept that, then that's their problem because this is me. But there was something about wearing my hair relaxed or permed, however you want to phrase it, that it just was never fully comfortable for me. I never really liked my hair before I returned to being natural, and I've only been on this natural hair journey for less than 2 years now, but I absolutely love my hair, not because I think it's perfect, not because it's the best hair ever, but it's mine, and I just appreciate the beauty in who I am and who God created me to be. So I will never ever go back to the creamy crack, ever. that day that I decided to big chop, I just looked in the mirror and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be defined by my hair. So it was just nothing to cut that off. That's how I felt, and that's why I put the song in there, because I'm like, you know what? That just goes so well with how I felt when I decided to just cut it off. I was like, you know what? I don't care about it. It's nothing to cut this. This does not define who I am. If anything, it makes me more of a woman. And that's just my personal opinion of it. Not for anybody else to feel that way. I'm just saying that's how it made me feel. It was nothing to cut that off because it no longer had a hold on me or could define me based off of how society views black women. There are probably 50 reasons off top that I could tell you that I decided to return to being natural. I guess a little background. I don't remember my natural hair at all. My mom probably started giving me relaxers, when I was around 6 or so. I don't really know. I just always had them. And so I just decided that this is not what I want for me, but especially for my daughter. It was when I had my daughter, who just turned 3, that I was like, if I want to teach her that she is beautiful and that there's nothing wrong with her in the way that God made her, I have to be that example in her life. It doesn't matter what I tell her. I have to walk it out for her. So it was definitely, kind of scary, just because I don't know how to style my hair. I wouldn't say that I'm, good at anything like that, but it was a challenge that I was willing to take on in order to be that example for my daughter and let her know that she is beautiful. And if we say that we're fearfully and wonderfully made by God and that we're his masterpiece and that he made no mistakes when he made us, it's almost like a slap in his face to say, okay, yeah, you made me and I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, but I don't like this nappy texture you gave me, so I'm going to go ahead and place some chemicals in it so I can feel better about myself. Although that's not really how it was for me, I just was used to getting them because someone did that for me at a young age. Over time, when I started to realize what was actually being done, I'm like, wait a minute, why would anybody do this? So for me, it no longer made sense. And again, my daughter is the biggest reason why I decided to, embrace my natural hair and all its glory, if we'll say that. And I honestly love it. There's nothing that I would change about it. It hasn't always been easy. Even just a couple months ago, I felt like my hair wasn't growing and I felt like I needed to chop it all off again. But I've been seeing progress and I'm definitely going to keep it up, just because I want to make sure that I learn how to do some things and take really good care of my hair so that I can do the same for my daughter. Like I said, when I was growing up, I did not like my hair at all. And that came from a lot of different sources. Obviously, as an African American woman, girl at the time, you don't see people who look like you or have hair like you really in the media. So you're already feeling slighted and, just not as attractive, if we'll say it that way, or beautiful as other women. You feel like you have to have a certain image. You just feel like you have to look a certain way in order to be accepted. I guess that's how I can phrase it. But I never liked my hair. I've had those experiences of going to a salon and being told, oh, we can't work with that kind of hair. Imagine what that does for a young person. I've always had thick hair, and I know that's why my mom decided to relax my hair, because it just made it more manageable. It was easier for her to deal with being so thick, and having 3 daughters that she had to care for and do their hair. It just made it easier, and I don't blame her for that. But I never liked it. I didn't like what I saw in the mirror. I didn't understand why my hair wouldn't grow past a certain length. It was just annoying. I didn't like going to the, salon and your hair, you get burns on your scalp from getting these chemicals on your hair. It just didn't make sense to me. I would go so long without getting relaxers sometimes, like 8-9 months. I didn't even know at that time that would be considered transitioning. I wish somebody told me that back then, but I just didn't have the understanding or knowledge. So I would just go as long as I could without getting a relaxer. and just, you know, hoping that, oh, I hope I don't have to get one anytime soon, because I never look forward to the process. But now that I have my natural hair, I absolutely love it. I wish that every woman, at least in my family, understood the benefits of it. My hair has grown so much, and just being, like I said, I haven't been completely natural for even 2 years now. It's been about 1.5 years. And I just feel like my hair has grown so much. And it's not even about that. It's healthy. I love it. It's just something about it, how big it is, how it feels. It just, honestly, this whole experience, this whole natural hair journey, I feel has brought me closer to God and my relationship with Him, because I'm like, you know what, I accept who you made me to be, and it has made me feel the most beautiful that I ever have. Even though I'm trying to lose some of this baby weight after being pregnant for 2 years, I still feel beautiful, you know, in God's eyes, and that's what I care about. That my Creator looks at me and is proud of what He sees. Not that I'm changing myself or trying to alter myself to meet man's standards. That's not what I want. So that's just a little piece of why I decided to go natural. Some people have asked me that, so yes. I also wrote a blog on this almost 2 years ago now that goes in more depth about why I decided to go ahead and go on this journey, and I do believe that that just gives more information about why I decided to do it. So if you want to check that out, I will place a link to that in the description box so that you can read it and just get more of an idea about why I chose to embrace my hair in this journey. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.